Hello, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Thank you so much for tuning in. News has broken across the mainstream media. Social media is trending on this now. Reportedly, Manchester United have come to an agreement with Crystal Palace and they have done everything in their power possible to sign Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It will be for £55 million, making him the most expensive fullback in Premier League history. The deal will of course be completed once Aaron Wan-Bissaka finishes England under 21 duty. He of course goes through a medical and agrees his personal terms with Manchester United, but most people believe that will be a formality. Most people believe that the player already wants to leave. He's been angling for the move already. We know now intermediaries get involved and deal with this. We're going to jump into the body of the story that I think originally was broke by Duncan Castles, but it's literally everywhere now. Do me a massive favour, everybody who's tuning in. Please hit the like button and please hit the share button as well. It's the very best way that you can help support us here. It really is. When does the under-21s tournament end? I'll go and find that out. And we'll have a little look at that and we can discuss that. The first question I want to ask you, rivals of Man United, United fans alike, how good is Aaron Wan-Bissaka? And interestingly, this has all happened at the same time as United have been linked with the Norwich fullback. You see what I've been saying about clubs will sometimes leak information to push other deals along. Maybe that's it. But I want your viewpoints and opinion. AWB, is he good enough for Man United? I personally think yes. Is he worth £55 million? Equally, in this market, I think so. Defensively sound, excellent going forward. Got youth on his side. The way he plays is so, for me, so abnormal for a young defender. It really is. A few people here saying he's average at best. Come on. You know he isn't average at best, but it's okay. You can all throw a little bit of shade. It's absolutely fine. It's actually trending now. So I'm going to go to the tweet from Duncan Castles, as it were. So Duncan Castles broke this a little while ago. About an hour ago, and this is what he said here. United have agreed to pay Crystal Palace $55 million for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, a world record transfer fee for a specialist fullback. I'm going to click on the link now, and then we'll go through it all with a bit more detail. And look, Duncan Castles, some people like him, some people don't. For me, a fairly credible journalist. He is fairly credible. Mohammed 10 there says Bissaka is solid. I agree. I think he is solid. I think he's more than solid myself, but I get that. You are so calm. Love your channel. Thank you very much. If you do love the channel, if you do like what you see here, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. It's the very best way that you can support us, as I always say. Here's the full story. Crystal Palace defender has been the centre of a transfer wrangle and he is now set to complete his move to Old Trafford. Man United have agreed a fee with Crystal Palace for the transfer of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. According to our sources, which of course is what Duncan Castles is going to write, close to the negotiations, the deal values Aaron Wan-Bissaka at £55 million, a world record sum for a specialist fullback. Following a series of rejected offers, from United, the agreement for the England under 21 international, who completed his second season in the English Premier League last month, surpasses the €57.5 million Manchester City paid for Benjamin Mendy 2 years ago. It also ensures United now have both a right back and left back brought from domestic rivals for record fees. Of course, Luke Shaw fits that bill as well. It's one of those things for me that there's lots more in there. You can go through it. You can read a bit more about his profile, a bit more about him. Touches on Juan Mata also signing his new deal today as well. Congratulations to Mr. Mata for staying at Manchester United Football Club. It says here, this is a little bit about Aaron. It says, developed by Crystal Palace's academy, Wan-Bissaka made his senior debut in February 2018. Rapidly establishing himself as first-choice right-back, a quick, athletic, aggressive defender, intelligent, brilliant movement and wonderful positioning. He started 38 matches last season and was credited with 4 assists. The 21-year-old is yet to score a goal in a domestic competition. Wan-Bissaka's fee is not the most expensive agreed for a defender, in this summer's window, as Bayern Munich are paying Atletico Madrid €80 million for Lucas Hernandez. And I continue to talk about many other things. But it's an interesting story. It's an exciting story. And the thing I want to gauge is, look, you might even think this isn't true. And yes, I know it's not officially confirmed by Manchester United as of yet. It won't be until Man United won't even talk about this until after the internationals. There's no doubt about it. But if this is true, what we will now see is the conversation around Wan-Bissaka slow down. Because United will stop pursuing anybody else, right? If they agree the deal, they will also, look, we know that AWB is offered internationally, but United will now reach out either directly or via intermediaries. They'll speak to representatives, they'll speak to family, they'll get their, or you would hope they'd get their ducks in a row. But I'm for one, excited about it. Genuinely excited about the potential of AWB and a Manchester United shirt. United need better quality on that right-hand side. We have to start the season with a new player in that position. It just has to happen for so many reasons. Chris there says, power sign him. Absolutely. Absolutely. But £55 million, is that too much money? That's the real big question that I want to pose to you. You've got to think about the inflation in money in the Premier League. How much money? You've got to think, the precedent set with the signings of Stones, Kyle Walker, Mendy, Virgil van Dijk, and then the valuation that you would place around the necks of, I mean, how much would you rate Robert? If I'm asking Liverpool fans, if any Liverpool fan is thinking, oh, they're overpaying, how much would you sell Trent and or Robertson for? Right? And a few of you are saying Trent's much better. Great. But United can't sign Trent. So what's the point of that debate? Say United want to go after the best young fullback in the Premier League. If that is indeed Trent, well, it's impossible for Man United to sign him, right? So you can't have a go at United for signing someone who's not as good as Trent when it's impossible to sign a Liverpool player. It's a nonsense. And I've seen loads of figures coming here, 60, 70, 80 million. And if he's better, then that makes sense. So if Trent's worth, someone said they're 90 million. If Trent's worth 90 million, right, then Wan-Bissaka is a bargain at almost half that price. Half the price. And that's how you get your relevance. That's how you get your relevance. And that's how you think, okay, well, actually, it sounds a lot of money to the working class man, but is it indeed? Mohammed says Trent Alexander-Arnold is nowhere near 90 million. Then give me your viewpoint. Give me your viewpoint. Somebody here says Canelo is worth more only if he was English. Well, that plays a part, and your nationality does play a part in this. Mainly, and this is what I don't understand. Some people get so offended by it because they think it's a nationalistic thing, when it's not. It's a commercial and marketability factor. English players are more marketable in England, generally speaking, than a lot of the foreign players. The foreign players will be... I'll give you an example. If you're Mo Salah, you are marketable in England, generally speaking, to the Liverpool fan base, which is big, and then you're probably marketable to people that live in England that are from Egypt or in surrounding areas or identify there, right? But if you look at England, if you look at Liverpool and you take someone like a Trent, okay, or if Mo Salah was English, you have all the Liverpool fans that will love him, and then you have the tens of millions of English fans that also will idolise him. Harry Kane is worth so much money because he's idolised by England fans and Tottenham fans. Wayne Rooney, England fans and Man United fans. It's nothing to. There's no weird xenophobic vibe to this. Oh, the English players are just worth more because we're biased. It's all to do with marketability, commerciality, and being Premier League and English League proven as well. It's as simple as that. Seen United are in for Norwich right back Max Aarons. Yeah, I read that, and I don't doubt Man United probably looked at the option of signing him. I personally think, though, it was a ruse. The ruse to try and get this deal over the line. There is no smoke without fire. I've been talking about it now, how clubs, intermediaries, agents, they are using the media more and more to push the deals through and to push the narratives that they want. It's as simple as that. You can't compare Rooney to these lot now. Nobody has. But I'm talking about market. When I mentioned Rooney a second ago, I'm talking about marketability. And an English player playing for one of the biggest clubs in England, okay, in England, will generally speaking have more marketability than any top foreign player within that team, because there's a market in the UK outside of that football club for you to make money from, for you to grow your fan base in. And of course, we're a very multicultural country, which is brilliant, and there's marketability for everybody. But there's more English people than anybody else. So you got to think about it. It's purely about numbers and who's going to buy shirts, who's going to buy merchandise, who's going to follow them on social media. When your social media account's bigger, how much money you're going to make through that. So internationally, it does help as well. That's why if you sign an international player who has a huge social media presence, a huge reach globally, they cost more money than somebody of equal standings on the football field because of marketability. It's always been there, and it's never, ever, ever going to change. Let's do a few more of these comments here. David says Trent is worth 90 million plus for Sal due to his performance last season. And that's great. If you believe that Trent's worth 90 million, that's your valuation. No one can take it away from you. But that would say to me that 55 million for AWB is good value. Exclusive PR says now I'll get Maguire and Fernandes. Do you know what? If you had Maguire and Fernandes, AWB, got Dan James in, I still think we need to sign a striker, move Lukaku on. That's not a bad summer. Remember, we are not going to get rid of all the deadwood, and we're not going to sign all the players we need in one summer. It's not going to happen. Get that into your heads. But if we could get this business done now, brilliant. Brilliant. What if Pogba goes? That's from Kasim. Listen, if Pogba leaves, it's not great. We know it's not great. It isn't what Man United fans want. It isn't what the club needs. But it can happen. We've got a super chat here that we're going to read out. This is no more Mr. Ashley. I like bird feces in my mouth young. Starting games, we actually going to have a decent right back for the first time since 2013. That's from Sebastian, glory, Man United. And my man, listen, I echo your sentiment. And I don't hold any hatred, any anger towards Ashley Young. I truly don't. And he will, by the way, play some games next year. But it's about the club buying somebody that's better than him. Because, no disrespect, I think that Delo has got some talent, but he's a long way off being ready for the Premier League. Defensively, I'm talking. There just isn't anybody else at Man United that can play well enough in that position. And we've bought so poorly in defence that a converted left-wing attacking player, no disrespect, he wasn't very good at it, but he was still our best right-back for a couple of years. And he was awful. You're talking tallest dwarf here. So yeah, I'm happy he's gone. I'm happy that he's moved on. It's brilliant news. For me, for all parties involved, it truly is. Do me a massive favour, everybody tuning in, if you've just come in, please hit that like button. We want to get this to over 1,000 likes. There's 1,500 of you tuning in, which is amazing. Thank you. I'll give you a bit of a recap as well. So Duncan Castles and now other major media outlets and broadcasters and publishers are telling us that Man United have come to a financial agreement with Crystal Palace Football Club of £55 million for the signing of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, AWB. The transfer is for 55 million, as I say, and is expected to be completed once AWB returns from England under 21 duty calls it a competition. Actually scored an own goal the other night. Yeah, just as everyone really starts to take interest in him because United are buying him, the poor lad scores an own goal. But in terms of the tournament in question, someone did ask that question earlier, so I'll go and find out. Under 21s, I don't even know, international. Is it the World Cup or the Euros? Is it Euros? Yeah, Euros here. Okay, here. I've got all the fixtures here. So it will end the finals on the 30th. So it's literally a couple of weeks. Less than 2 weeks. That's if England even get that far. So there's a week or so left. When's England's next game, actually? We play on Friday, the 21st, against Romania. So he'll be there. So there's a couple more weeks until we're going to see all these things done. But hopefully then, he'll have a few weeks off, can join the team in pre-season and hit the ground running. It will be amazing. Absolutely amazing if that can get done. It really will. I'm buzzing about it, actually. I'm excited because he is such a talent. He's such a young and up-and-coming prospect. He truly, truly is. There's no doubt about that. Let's do some more of your live comments here. Trent and Delo are the same. Bissaka is a different breed. Football United TV says the young Hadji looks good. We need to buy Fernandes, a right winger, and centre back, and I'll be happy, is what Anthony Wisdom says. Regular viewer Billy T says Wan-Bissaka, very good defensively. Heard a stat, was only beaten 10 times in take-ons compared to 32 times with Trent. Yeah, if you look at the defensive statistics of Bissaka, which for me are right now more important than what he does going forward, because defensively Man United have been shoddy for a long time. They're brilliant. I think his tackle win ratio is about 93%. Phenomenal. And only taken on 10 times as a fullback is absolutely amazing. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Played Delo as a right winger in front of Wan-Bissaka. That is an option. Tillemans, Rabiot, Pogba would be a nice midfield, is what little Chris says. Okay. Oh, poor people here. 67 says, I love and hate this channel. Love the content. Hate my comments getting ignored. There you go. I read it out. Now you can love the channel wholeheartedly. I'm still seeing quite a lot of comments on here from people saying, oh, if he was Romanian or if he was French, he wouldn't be costing as much money. It's all British hype. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, drop your bigoted views on England. Drop your Anglophobic nature. Drop your annoyance that certain people are British and English. It isn't because of their passport per se. It's not a discriminatory thing. It's about marketability, commerciality, and the valuation of those players. Because Spanish players are generally speaking worth more in the top teams in Spain, the top players I'm talking about here, than their foreign counterparts because they're in Spain and there's a much bigger market. I really am struggling to see how you cannot understand this. Why it is so difficult for it to sink into your minds. It's crazy. It's crazy that you can't see that. But there we go. Lincoln says this better be true. I agree with you. I agree with you massively. I hope this is true to the nth degree. I hope Duncan Castles is right. I hope the deal is done. I hope it's over the line because it's wonderful, wonderful business for Manchester United. It truly, truly is. It's because big clubs need to maintain a local identity. That's not. I disagree slightly. It's not about identity as such, because signing a player from London doesn't help the identity of Manchester United as such. There is the cap though. You have to have a certain amount of British players in your squad. That's an absolute rule, and every country has that. It's as simple as that. I'll give you an example, right? If Atletico Bilbao only sign players from a particular part of Spain, right? If a lad who is 7 years old leaves the Bilbao area, moves to Manchester, joins the Man United Academy, and we turn him into a superstar, and Bilbao want to sign him, we know they only sign players from that region. We will charge them an extortionate amount of money. It's as simple as that. Comment here says, no, he's worth it. He can learn from Delo on the attacking sense, and Delo can learn from Aaron defensively. Does Ollie start Wan-Bissaka over the club captain? Adam, if he doesn't, can you imagine if and when we sign Aaron, opening game of the season, he doesn't start and Ashley Young does? Honestly, it would be the biggest mistake. Playing against Chelsea, if he's fit, if he's ready to go, put him out there. Can you imagine opening game of the season? You've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka there, Maguire or someone of that level next to him in the back with Lindelof and Shaw fighting fit. In midfield, fingers crossed, Pogba's there. Hopefully they can resolve the situation. If not, you've got the new midfield looking fresh, looking hungry for the season. You've got Martial there on that left-hand side. On the right, I don't know who we're going to play there yet, but we've got someone decent on the right-hand side. You know, that Bruno Fernandes playing into that attacking midfield role in a hole. Rashford down the middle. It'd be great. There'll be a buzz. If we can sign these 3 or 4 players needed, have a good pre-season. It's what you want, the opening weekend of the season. Against Chelsea, team with their transfer ban, no Hazard, no manager at the moment. Think about it. Like, if Chelsea it could be great, but you need to get the players in. Maybe I'm getting overhyped. Let's chill. It's as simple as that. Right is for Dan James. Maybe. And look, Dan James might have a tremendous pre-season, and we'll all be chomping at the bit for him to start. It's as simple as that. Terry, after years of watching United, I can almost agree with you that Ed will make a big name signing. He can't help himself. Big name signings are fine if they're who the manager wants. If the manager and the scouts say, yes, that will fit the philosophy and the style of football, or he has the characteristics and the attributes needed to complement this squad. And when you're building a team of people, it's like, for me, I always say it's like the perfect roast dinner. Okay? Yes, you've got your meat, you've got your veg, you've got your potatoes, you've got your Yorkshire pudding, you have your gravy, you have your sauces, right? That's what you have with a roast dinner. If you have too much meat and not enough of everything else, it's bad. You know, if you don't have no gravy, it can be dry. If you don't have, you need the mixture to make it a perfect roast dinner. The stuffing. Oh, I'm making myself hungry. It's as simple as that. So it doesn't matter if you sign a big name signing, as long as they have the ingredients needed to complement the meal that's being created. It's as simple as that. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. No doubt about it in my mind. By the way, everyone tuning in, smash that like button. Hit that share button as well. Come on, it's like getting towards 2,000 of you on here. You guys ain't hitting that like button. It's the best way you support. Let's get it to over 500 before we end this stream. Please. Gravy is a must. Yeah, can you imagine having a roast dinner with no gravy? That's what I used to call Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick was gravy. He made the meal. Everything else was perfect. And you put him on. Sprinkling the salt. Boom. Simple as that. Let's do a few more of your live comments coming through here. A lot of people talking about food now. Everyone's getting hungry. Thank you for hitting that like button, everyone. Fernandes update. There isn't one, as opposed to what we did yesterday. Terry, would you like to sign Manolas? I think Manolas is a good defender. Cheaper than the options that we're looking at. But there we go. Probably won't happen. Arsenal going to win the league next season is what Funboy123 says. If Arsenal win the league, can you imagine? It's not going to happen, but there we go. Terry, would you swap Diop plus money for Martial? I didn't even do a video on that because it was so laughable. It's just laughable. Can you imagine giving them Anthony Martial? It wouldn't go through anyway. Martial isn't going to play for West Ham. He's not going to play for West Ham. Not happening in a month of Sundays. Just isn't happening. Isn't happening, guys. That's it. End of story. Listen, I appreciate you all tuning in. You know how much we love it here. All the support you give us. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Take care. God bless you. All soon. Bye-bye.